Welcome back, everybody, to the mid session at the India Sri Lanka T20I today. 164 for 5 at the break in 20 overs. India losing 5 wickets. Salil, what do you make of this score?
Well, I think they scored pretty much what the ground average is. They could have scored 10, 20 runs more, but I think they should be happy with this total. They will be able to defend this if they are able to bowl as much as the Sri Lankan bowlers have bowled today, which I think they did a brilliant job towards the end.
Yes, Salil, I think there were some very good performances on both the sides today. But you got one prediction right, which was the average score. Another one, which we all would have loved, which if you would have gotten right, was the player to watch out for, Prithvi Shaw. First ball of the match, first wicket, debutant goes for a golden duck. Just take us through what was going through your mind when you watched that delivery and the wicket going in that fashion.
Well, it was an unplayable delivery. As we saw in the first over, the ball was really swinging a lot. The ball was really pitched on the off stump, but really deviated a good 6 inches. It was an unplayable delivery. Anybody would have, even a Kohli would have got out to that ball if he attempted to play it. Should have ideally tried to leave it alone. But since it came on the stumps, you have to put your bat down, and that's where he lost his wicket. So I give the bowler full marks for a first up delivery, and since it's swinging so well, they pitched it up in the first over. It wasn't even Shikhar Dhawan had a little bit of a scare in the first over. So I mean, I don't give any negative points to Prithvi Shaw for that at all.
You picked it really nicely that there was a lot of swing and offer and that first ball was quite unplayable. But after that, what we saw was something which the Indian cricket fans would have liked to see. Sanju Samson walking in at number 3 to bat for India. He's been that sort of a player who's been slotted at various positions across the batting order. But what do you think? Sanju Samson coming in at number 3. What do you think about his performance? And also, do you think it's signs that he's definitely going on the flight to the UAE for the World Cup?
Too early to say that. We already have a number 3 in Virat Kohli, so not getting there so easily. But yeah, I wasn't surprised to see Sanju Samson because Rahul Dravid being a coach for T20 matches, he has always shuffled his batsmen and ensured that there is a righty-lefty combination. If there was a Shikhar Dhawan who would have lost, who would have been the first wicket of India, you could have seen an Ishan Kishan walk into bat. So I think the batting order is pretty flexible from number 2 to number 6, and they've because we have 3 or 4 left-handers as well, and I think that they'll shuffle basis that. So, but the best part is Sanju Samson got his opportunity today, and I think he was stroking the ball brilliantly. He played excellent for and giving India a very good start along with Shikhar Dhawan, a good 50-run partnership. So he showed a lot of promise. Missed out on an excellent delivery, but that's how cricket works. But I think he's made his contribution for a number 3 batsman.
Yeah, definitely he's made his contribution, and something we would like to see is the free-flowing Samson, the way we saw today. Another factor behind India getting about 51 for 1 at the end of the power play. Salil, what do you make at that point of time? Do you think 51 out in the first power play, 70 odd in the middle overs, and in the 30-40 in the last 5 overs, if I can say, 164 for 5? You feel it's a comfortable score going by the bowling attack which India has?
Well, looking by how the Sri Lankan bowlers bowled and a big ground, it should be quite enough. India's got the variety. Bhuvaneshwar and Deepak Char both bowl excellent slow ones, and I think that is what made the difference in the last 5 overs. Like you rightly mentioned, we scored a lot less than what we ideally should have, but that is because the Sri Lankan bowlers kept the pace of the ball, mixed their deliveries, and especially their quickies, and they made a difference to the Indian batsmen. You saw Hardik Pandya really struggle. He's the kind of batsman who would like the ball to come on easily onto the bat, so the bowlers were not giving them a chance to just free their arms and just hit across the line. Every ball was bowled at a different pace. One is coming at 140, the other is coming at 118. Really makes it difficult for the batsmen to go ahead and score those quick runs like you'd generally see in an IPL match in Wankhede, but that's not the case, right? What ideally happened was they made the best of the conditions. They know all the Indian batsmen are free flowing batsmen. and hence they made sure that the change of pace was only going to make it difficult for them. And the ground is big enough, so like you saw, it's not really easy to clear it. Most of the ones that were cleared, apart from the one that was hit by Shikhar Dhawan, one of them just almost went, outside the rope. So I think in a way, Sri Lanka did their homework very well. They restricted India to a small total, but not something that is very easily chaseable because India's got the depth.
Yes, I think you said that it's a defendable total, but one of the primary reasons that we got up to that total was one Sri Lankan bowler who was not completely at his best, and that's Akela Dhananjaya. We spoke highly of him as a mystery spinner, somebody who's got the ability to turn it both ways, but clearly he was not in his own zone today. Taken for cleaners by all the Indian batsmen who faced him. In his first 8 balls he bowled, he was gone. He had gone for 3 boundaries and a six. What do you think went wrong today for Akela Dhananjaya? Was he trying to do something different than the other
I
bowlers
think
did? What do
he
you
was
think?
bowling
What
a
do you make
little
of
too
it?
slowly. He was bowling too slowly and he was flighting it too much. He got read very well by the Indian batsman, and I think one of the bowlers always get picked for runs. So he was the one this time. I think Shikhar Dhawan also really stuck into him, along with Sanju Samson and Surya Kumar Yadav. So I think the first around 2.2 overs he was at a he'd already given out 30 odd runs.
Happens. I mean, an off day in cricketers' life, these things keep happening. But along with him, his partner in crime was Wanendu Hasaranga, who's the standout bowler. He got 2 wickets coming from a break because of injury. On his comeback, he gets 2 wickets, gets Samson with the one which comes in, gets the second wicket with the ball, maybe a sort of a leg spin, if I can say so. Salil, what's your take on his performance today?
I think he bowled brilliantly. The first ball he bowled to Sanju Samson was a peach of a delivery, and that got his wicket. And he's taken another wicket. If I'm not mistaken, it was of Surya Kumar Yadav as well, because after
Yes.
being hit for a six, he flighted it really well. It was an excellent ball. So I think all credit goes to him, and we were kind of banking on him to do well as well. So and he did exactly the same that is required by Sri Lanka.
Absolutely, kind of performance Sri Lanka required. But you mentioned one player's name who we can't just ignore, and that's Surya Kumar Yadav. Another clinical performance by him, another performance where we see his variety of shots. He starts off with a flick over the leg side, then you see him hitting it over the cover, suddenly a ramp or a dill scoop, if I can say so. That shot comes in. Salil, completely impressive is this guy, and he's definitely making the cut to the World Cup side. What's your take on him?
Yeah, we know how well he plays, and he did just that by scoring his 50, a great contribution. Really disappointed the way he gave away his wicket. It was a soft dismissal for a guy who's playing on 50 and playing a match, which needs to go from a 160 to a 180. He would actually be required, and that's where he needs to work on it. Just because you hit a ball for six doesn't mean you hit the next ball for six. You need to watch it, play it a little better, and you're playing one of their premier bowlers who's you need to play that bowler as if you're the best batsman in the team, which you were at that point. So I think that's where he might want to work out, but otherwise no complaints as such. But I guess the players are out and the match has already started. Rushabh, let's catch up at the end of the match.
Yes, Salil, before we close, one last question. Do you still go for India or are your thoughts changing?
Always India. I think they'll be able to defend this.
That's great, guys. Thanks, Salil. We up with the
Right.
second inning. See you guys post the game. Thank you.
Right.